In this session, we are going to tackle about nature of the roots of quadratic equation. Let us discuss nature of the roots. So we have four nature of the roots. The first one, we have real and equal. The second one, we have rational and not equal. The third one, we have irrational and not equal. And the last one, no real roots. Okay, so si nature of the roots, ito yung mga sagot na makukuha mo. Itsura ng sagot na makukuha mo kay quadratic equation. Diba, on our last topic, we find quadratic equation by using factoring, extracting square roots, completing the square, and quadratic formula. So, by using them, nakukuha natin yung roots or yung x. Alright? But, in our, dun sa pagkuha natin ng mga x, meron kayong mapapansin, minsan, magkaparehas ang nagiging x's nyo. Tama ba? Dito kay number 1, when you say the real and equal, ang nakukuha nyong x ay parehas na number. For example, x is equals to 1, yung isa mong x, and the other one is also 1. Okay, yun yung sinasabi niyang real and unequal. Number 2 tayo. Rational and not equal. When you say rational, it is composed of whole numbers and fractions. That is what you is to say with rationals. Okay? So, integers and fractions yan. Si rational numbers. So, dito, ang nakukuha mo naman dito ay minsan, halimbawa, nakakakuha ka ng fraction o kaya naman nakakakuha ka ng numbers. Okay? Whole numbers. Okay? Integers. That is it. Alright? Number 3. Irrational numbers and not equal. Dito naman kay irrational number, dito yung may lumalabas na square root. That is it. Diba? Minsan meron tayo nakukuhang square root of 3 plus 3. Or yung isa naman ay x is equals to square root of 3 minus 3. Negative square root of 3 plus 3. So, diba? Ang naiiba lang yung sign dito kay radical sign. Tama ba? Sa tabi ni radical sign. That is rational and not equal. Yun yung tawag sa kanya. Then, kapag no real roots, ito yung kapag lumalabas ay imaginary numbers. So, kailan ka ba nagkakaroon ng imaginary numbers? Kapag ang square root mo ay merong negative sign. Diba? If you have x, halimbawa, so nakakakuha ka dyan ng imaginary numbers. Okay? So, that is no real roots. Is it clear? So, that are the different kinds of nature of the roots. Now, let us move on how to determine the nature of the roots without solving your x's. Without solving your roots by using factoring, completing the square, and so on and so forth. To determine the nature of the roots of quadratic equation, we need to find the value of the discriminant. So, the value of the discriminant is with the expression of b squared minus 4ac. Kung mapapansin nyo, itong b squared minus 4ac, ito yung nasa quadratic equation. Yung nasa loob ng square root ni quadratic equation. So, siya yung magiging basis nyo kung ano ba yung magiging nature of the roots ng inyong mga kasagutan or yung x's nyo. So, here's the condition. If D means the discriminant. If the discriminant is equal to 0, therefore, your answer is real and equal. Right? Pag nag-equal to 0 daw ang inyong discriminant, therefore, real and equal, so magiging magkaparehas ang x's nyo. Is it clear? Next, if D is greater than 0 and a perfect square, when you say perfect square, ang makukuha mo is 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, and so on and so forth. Ang makukuha mo raw na nature of the roots is rational and not equal. Right? When you say rational and not equal again, integers and fraction siya. Number 3, if D is greater than 0 and not perfect square, ito naman, kapag daw si B squared minus 4AC, ang sagot mo doon is not perfect square, therefore, ang makukuha mo is irrational and not equal. Meaning, ang magiging kasagutan mo ay merong radical sign. Is it clear? Then, the last one, if D is less than 0, therefore, no real roots. Meaning, kapag daw ang discriminant mo ay mas mababa sa 0 or negative numbers, meaning, imaginary numbers ang makukuha mong sagot or complex numbers. Is it clear? So, that is the nature of the roots. So, dapat mo lang tandaan itong mga condition na to para you know the nature of your roots of the quadratic equation. Is it clear? Find the nature of the roots of the following. Let us have number 1. We have a given of x squared plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 0. So again, for us to find this one, we have b squared minus 4ac. That's the working formula for the discriminant. So, let us find the discriminant. So, let us have your a, b, and c. Your a here, we have your 1. Your b, we have 4. And your c, we have 4. Let us just substitute it to your given equation, to your given formula. B squared minus 4ac. That is your d. So, just substitute, that is 4 squared minus 4 times your a as 1, your c as 4. 4 squared, we have your 16, minus 4 times 4, that is 16. So, the answer here is 0. Therefore, your d is equal to 0. Is it clear? So, since it is equal to 0, therefore, the nature of your roots is real and equal. Ganun lang kasimple. Alright? Next tayo, let us have number 2. X squared minus 5x plus 6 is equals to 0. So, let us have your a, your b, and your c. Your a is 1, your b is negative 5, your c is positive 6. So, we have here b squared minus 4ac, d. Then, d is equal to, your b is negative 5 squared minus 4 times your a is 1 times 6. Then, 5 squared, we have here 25, then minus 4 times 6, that is 24. If you subtract it, d is equal to 25 minus 24, that is 1. Therefore, d is greater than 0. Okay? D is greater than 0 and perfect square. Diba? Perfect square, C, 1. Since D is greater than 0 and perfect square, therefore, the nature of the roots is rational and not equal. That is it. This is the nature of the roots. Is it clear? So, ganun lang kasimple. Kung paano malaman mo kung siya ba ay, kung ano ang nature of the roots of the given quadratic equation. Let us have more examples. Number 3. X squared minus 8x is equal to 5. So first, we need to arrange this one into ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Kaya, we need to transpose 5 to the other side, so it becomes x squared minus 8x, then positive becomes negative, negative 5 equals to 0. Afterwards, let us find for a, b, and c. What is your a? We have 1. Your b, we have negative 8. Your c, we have here negative 5. Then, let us have your formula. Your formula, we have here b squared minus 4ac. d is equals to, your b, we have here negative 8 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 5. 8 squared, t is equal to 64, then 4 times 5, that is 20. Since dalawang negative yan, magiging positive 20. So, your d is equal to 84. Then, d is greater than 0, but not perfect square. Since it is not perfect square, the nature of the roots of this equation is irrational, rational, and not equal. That is it. Diba? Ganun lang kasimple. Next tayo, let us have number 4. Let us have your A, B, and C. Your A here is 3. Your B is negative 4. Your C is positive 2. Formula of the discriminant is B squared minus 4AC. Then, we have your B, which is negative 4 squared minus 4 times 3 times positive 2. Yan lang. Substitute lang. Is equal to 4 squared, that is 16. Then, minus 4 times 3, we have here 12. Then, 12 times 2, that is 24. So, your discriminant is equal to negative 8. Ayan. So, nagkaroon ka ng negative 8. Therefore, ang d mo is less than 0. Since less than 0 to, ang nature of the roots mo is no real roots. Alright? That's it. Okay? So, kuhanin lang si discriminant, then find the condition for us to find the nature of the roots. So, that is how you find for the nature of the roots of quadratic equation. Now, let's move with determining for the value of k. So, this one is additional learnings po para sa inyo. What if we have a given of a quadratic equation, then we have a missing value, then your given is about nature of the roots. For example, number 1. We have here x squared plus kx plus 9 equals to 0. Roots are real and equal. Since yung roots daw natin are real and equal, therefore, yung discriminant natin must be equal to 0. Diba? So, kapag ganito ang ating given, obviously, ang gagamitin natin ay si discriminant. So, si discriminant natin is d is equals to b squared minus 4ac. Since real and equal daw yung roots natin, therefore, d must be equal to 0. Alright? Then, let us find your a, b, and c to your given. Ang a natin sa ating given is 1. Ang b natin is k, that's the missing one. Ang c natin is 9. Yan. Then, let us use the formula. Substitute natin. Ang d mo is 0. So, right here, 0 is equal. Your b becomes k. It becomes k squared. Minus 4, just copy 4 times. Ang a natin is 1. Ang c natin is 9. Then, solve. So, you have here 0 is equal to k squared. Then, 4 times 9. The answer is negative 36. Then, yung 36, ilipat natin sa kabilang side. So, magiging siyang positive 36 is equals to k squared. Then, square root both sides. Ayan na. So, canceled out k, canceled out squared and square root. So, your k is equal to, since square root yan, it should be positive and negative 6. That is the value of your k. So, kapag sinubstitute mo yung 6 doon sa ating k, makakakuha ka dyan ng real and unequal na nature of the roots. Okay? So, tingnan nyo. If I will use x squared plus 6x plus 9 is equals to 0, I can have factoring x and x, plus and plus. The factors of this one is 3 and 3. Diba? So, x is equals to negative 3, x is equals to negative 3. So, I am correct. So, nakakuha ko ng real at saka equal ang kanyang kasagutan. Correct? So, that is how you find for the value of k. Let us have more examples. Number 2. 2x squared minus 3x plus 1 is equals to 0. Roots are real and unequal. When you say real and equal, ito yung rational, irrational, and unequal. Alright? Diba kapag rational and irrational, your D is greater than 0. Meaning, mas mataas daw yung D. D is greater than 0. That is real and unequal or not equal. So, therefore, si discriminant, ang discriminant natin ay b squared minus 4ac must be greater than 0 daw po. Okay? So, kung siya ay real and equal, equal to 0 dapat siya. Kung siya naman ay no real roots, it must be less than 0 ang gagamitin ninyo. So, magkakaroon tayo dito ng inequalities. So, let us find for your A, B, and C. Your A here, we have here 2K. Yan yung A mo. Your B is negative 3. Your C, we have here positive 1. Then, let us substitute. So, your B is negative 3 squared minus 4 times your A is 2K times your C is 1. Then, greater than 0. Karoon tayo ng inequalities because of the condition. 3 squared, we have here 9, and then, just multiply. This is negative 4 times 2 times 1, that is 8k, greater than 0. So, for us to solve inequalities, para ka rin nagsusolve ng equation lang din, transpose mo to the other side yung constant term. Negative 8k is greater than negative 9. Afterwards, divide mo both sides by negative 8 by negative 8. Pag ikay nagdi-divide ng negative numbers, okay, nag-change dapat ang inyong inequalities. That's the rule with the inequalities, So, canceled out na to. So, magiging na siyang k. Ito, magiging less than. Lagi yan kapag magdi-divide ka ng negative. Okay, pag nagbibigay ka ng negative doon sa tabi ng variable. So, change or reverse the inequalities, magiging na siyang less than. Then, this one, negative 9 divided by negative 8, magiging na siyang positive. 9 over 8. O, yan na. No need to change na into mixed number. Okay na yan. Basta naka-simplest or naka-lowest term siya. We're done. So, that would be the answer. Kailangan daw yung k mo na ilalagay doon must be less than 9 over 8 para ang maging sagot mo ay roots are real and unequal. Is it clear? So, last example tayo. Number 3. 2x squared minus 4x plus k is equals to 0. Then, no real roots. So, since there is no real roots, therefore, your D is less than 0. Alright? So, let us have your A, your B, and your C. Ang A mo dito is 2, ang B mo is negative 4, ang K mo is positive K. Then, we have here B squared minus 4AC must be less than 0. That's your working formula. Then, let us substitute. So, you have here negative 4 squared minus 4 times 2 times K less than 0. Then afterwards, simplify. This one is 16. Next, this one is negative 8k less than 0. Afterwards, just transpose. So, we have here negative 8k is less than 16. Negative. Then, divide both sides by negative 8 by negative 8. Since negative ito, reverse the inequality. So, it becomes k is greater than 16 divided by 8. The answer is 2. That is it. So, meaning, kailangan lahat na ilalagay nyo dun sa k must be greater than positive 2. Is it clear? So, that is how will you find for k if there is a missing term in quadratic equation and then your given is nature of the roots. Is it clear? So, hopefully, na-enjoy nyo at may natutunan kayo for this lesson. If you have questions, wag mo hiyang magtanong sa ating comment box. So, thank you for listening. Bye-bye!